Every evening at exactly 6:40 p.m., an old train arrived at platform number 7, and every evening, Elliot Moore stood there, alone. Platform 7 of Grayford Railway Station was the quietest place. No vendors shouting, no children running, no passengers waiting, except Elliot. Most people stayed between platforms 1 to 5, where trains arrived frequently and life felt full of noise. But platform 7 was different, as if time itself had stopped there. Elliot was 28 years old. He worked as a junior clerk at a publishing house, and his life was so ordinary that sometimes he even forgot the date. Lately, he had become quite sad and withdrawn. Still, for the past 2 years, he never missed the 6:40 train. He never boarded it. He only waited. In his hand was an old yellowed envelope, its edges torn, the ink slightly faded. Inside it was a letter he had read countless times. If you ever feel lost, come to platform 7 at 6:40. Some journeys don't require tickets. A. The letter had arrived mysteriously after his mother's death. No address, no explanation, just this message. At first, Elliot thought it was a joke, but there was something familiar about the handwriting, soft, caring, as if someone who knew him deeply had written it. So he went, and then he kept going. One rainy evening, everything changed. As Elliot stood under the dim station lights, he noticed someone else on platform 7, a girl. She was sitting on a wooden bench, holding a notebook close to her chest. There was curiosity in her eyes and a calm smile on her face. Elliot hesitated and said, "Usually no one comes here." She looked up and replied, "That's why I like this place." They both smiled softly. "I'm Lina," she said, "and I know you, Elliot." Surprised, Elliot asked, "How?" Lina explained, "We were in the same college." But back then, Elliot had never really noticed her. She had liked him since those days, but never got the chance to tell him. Elliot, on the other hand, spent most of his time focused on studies and work. After that day, Lina started coming often. They never planned it, yet their timings always matched. They talked about everything: books, dreams, childhood memories, and fears they had never shared with anyone. On that deserted platform, both of them felt a strange peace. But there was one question Lina never answered. "Why do you come to platform 7?" Elliot asked one day. She smiled gently. "To wait for something." The train that never stopped. The 6:40 train came every day, and every day it passed without stopping. Warm light glowed through its windows, blurred faces, moving lives. Elliot often wondered where the train was going. One evening, Lina asked, "Did you ever want to get on it?" Elliot replied, "Always, but it never stops." "Maybe it stops when you're ready." Her words stayed with him. That night, Elliot read the letter again. For the first time, he noticed something strange in the corner, a symbol, a star inside a small circle. His heart began to race. He had seen this symbol before, in his mother's old diary. The next day, Elliot searched through old boxes at home. Finally, he found the diary. On the last page was the same symbol, along with these words: "If I don't have time to explain everything, Elliot will receive that letter. Platform 7 is the place where the past and future meet. A train arrives to carry souls with no place for the living." Tears filled Elliot's eyes. His mother had known something she never got the chance to explain. That evening, Elliot ran to the station. Lina was already there. "I think my mother wrote that letter," he said in a trembling voice. Lina nodded, as if she already knew. "She wanted you to understand, Elliot," Lina said softly, "that you have to move forward in life. Everything doesn't end just because someone leaves. My parents also passed away 2 years ago," Lina added in a low, sorrowful voice. "So, you're alone too?" Elliot asked, surprised and saddened. Lina nodded. Just then, the train arrived, but this time, it slowed down. For the first time in many years, the train stopped. Elliot saw his mother's soul inside one of the compartments, sitting by the window and gesturing to him. He ran towards the train, overwhelmed with emotion. Lina, too, saw her parents and stepped towards them. Elliot's mother smiled and said, "Elliot, don't be sad. I am always with you. You must move forward in life. Why worry for me? I have already gone. Lina is a very good girl. You both will be happy together." Elliot nodded through tears. The train trembled gently. Elliot stepped back. There was peace and satisfaction on his face now. The train slowly picked up speed. He looked at Lina. She was standing a little distance away. Soon, the train disappeared into the darkness. Platform number 7 was empty again. Elliot called out to Lina. She slowly walked towards him. Elliot stepped forward, hugged her, and said, "I love you, Lina." Tears of happiness filled her eyes. Together, they walked away from the platform. A new life was waiting for them. Platform number 7 was once again silent and deserted, but now a closed sign hung there. So friends, how did you like this story? If you enjoyed it, please like and comment.